Welcome back to the SighSquad podcast.
Shalom.
What's poppin'?
Oh, wait. I'm thirsty.
I have one in the fridge.
I know.
So the World Series is going on.
Yes, it is. It's the finest of baseball.
The
Yes.
two best teams record-wise in their respective conferences, so it's always fun.
4 hours of nobody hitting the ball and just taking turns going on and out the field.
Basically, that's what it looks like.
0-0 right now in the bottom of the third. We have quite the pitching duel at the moment.
That was almost a single there.
That was almost something.
I think Glass now just distracts the Los Angeles batters with his long, luscious hair.
Do you see that? It was Glass now and Mookie. Is it
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts of the LA Dodgers have a higher combined salary than the entire roster?
Yep, Kershaw and Mookie Betts, and it's insane. Yeah, the Dodgers are just. It's just funny because it's that typical, small market team, doesn't have a whole lot of money, but they're here because they just play good baseball. Their pitching's really good. They almost blew a 3-0 lead, but hey, we don't talk about that because they didn't. So it would have been sad if this would have been Astros-Dodgers.
I mean,
Unless the Dodgers were blowing them out, I would be sad.
the Braves also threw.
Yeah, that's just expected. It's Atlanta.
That's fair.
It's
When they see Atlanta get way up ahead and then lose it somehow.
That's the problem. They should win this week, though.
They did look good.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Georgia got shut on by Alabama.
Yeah. Sad days.
Hey, I picked that one right.
Do we all pick Alabama?
I did not pick that one right. I was thinking there was going to be an upset there that didn't quite happen.
Big Ten starts this week, though. Gophers are playing Michigan. I'm so excited. Gophers are
Don't Nebraska play somebody this week, too?
Yes.
Somebody big, Ohio, or
Yeah, Nebraska plays
somebody really big?
somebody really big.
Probably like Ohio State. Or
I think it's
Ohio
Ohio.
State. That's going to be rough for Nebraska.
Ohio or
Yeah, they get paid for it, though.
Oklahoma, maybe? It might be Oklahoma.
No, because Oklahoma's not in their conference, so because it's all conference this year. So it might be, it most likely is Ohio State.
Yeah, Glass now just threw his 4th strikeout this game.
Ooh,
No,
MLS update.
Nebraska's opener is against Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's Does anybody have the line on that game at all? I want to guess it
I can pull it up here.
because I'm going to guess Ohio State's favored by at minimum 20 points. I'm going to guess the line is going to be Ohio State at minus 21.
Close. Minus 26.
Oh,
So what's the chance Nebraska wins?
not very likely.
I would be pretty surprised.
I would be shocked.
But hey, Nebraska been working hard. You never know.
Aren't they starting somebody new at quarterback this year? If I saw somebody, I heard somebody on the radio.
I don't know, but it's not like it's going to matter.
Hey, I know some people that go to Nebraska.
I have been to the state of Nebraska.
I have also been to the state.
I have been to the city that University of Nebraska plays in.
I've been to the university.
Lincoln.
It's in Lincoln.
It is like
I've been.
my cousins are
Oh.
and they're huge Falcons fans.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
That's a bummer.
That's rough.
In general, A, but B, in
that's
Lincoln,
not
Nebraska.
but hey, that means Ohio State's gonna shoot right up there on the rankings playoff game. I mean,
Pretty much. I mean, they just got to play the Big Ten, so.
yeah, they don't really got any
Ben,
competition.
how are you playing baseball for the Dodgers and here at the same time?
I'm just like good. This is actually, fun fact, all World Series games are pre-recorded. We played this team yesterday.
Who wins?
I'll take the wins.
It's a surprise.
Oh, that's fair.
Ah.
I'd get in trouble if I told you because for betting.
Well, yeah, no, because that's you up to bat right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you right now.
Yeah.
That's strikeout.
Why do
I'm
you-
not very good.
Why do you say your name's Justin Turner when you play?
What's my fake name?
I get that,
It's
I
like
get
how
that.
wrestlers have like their stage names.
Yeah,
Or, like,
yeah,
their
yeah.
foreign
Oh,
names.
so Mookie's not. What's Mookie's real name?
Huh?
What's Mookie Betts' real name? You play on his team.
He won't talk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oof.
What a jerk.
Oh, okay. Did he just steal a base there?
He
He did not. They tried to pick him off.
Oh man.
Yes, we are also. Does anybody steal a base in this series? Do we get free tacos?
Ben, you're playing. You should know.
Oh, and this one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was on the bench most of the time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you're not right now.
Oh, well. But, yeah, the World Series is going on. So who do you guys think is going to win the World Series?
It's a very intriguing series. Both pitching staffs are incredibly good. I give the advantage to Tampa. So I think we're going to see a very low score. Like throughout, I think we're just going to see a very low scoring series. A lot of low run games. It's going to be kind of a boring World Series to watch, which is unfortunate. I think the games will be good. But Tampa's bats have an issue being consistent at times. So I'm going to give the Dodgers the edge in that. And, to win baseball games, you have to score runs. And I trust the Dodgers to score a little bit more runs than the Rays. I think the Dodgers are just overall the better team. They're looking for it this year. They're well overdue. I think the Dodgers get it done in 5.
I'm hoping to win my second World Series here. So I'm thinking that me and the Dodgers are going to take it in 6, and there's me swinging.
Oh, sad.
That is actually remarkable.
That's incredible. I'm like, what the heck? Ben, who scores the first run?
Huh?
Who scored the first run in Game 1?
I can't tell you for betting reasons.
Oh, true.
That's right.
I can't tell you. But it's not the team I'm on.
Oh. So we just got to do that little FanDuel live betting there for the race there. Brendan, who do you got winning?
So
I will bet on that right now.
I think that the Dodgers.
I'm going to FanDuel right now.
I think that the Dodgers, mostly because Ben's on the team, are going to have a slow start. So I have the Dodgers, but in 7. I think that they will come back to win because, this is literally their year. They got rid of the cheating Astros and, all that jazz. Dodgers in 7.
Do you guys know how easy it is to sneak into a World Series game?
Can't be that hard. Huh?
It really is not. Just follow with a group, they don't question you.
Oh, that's true. That's probably true.
Just wear baseball clothes and
You
walk in.
You look like a baseball player. So, I mean, you're about the right height, about the right size. You have a beard going.
Exactly.
It works. So, did you know that Clayton Kershaw went to high school with Matthew Stafford?
Really? I didn't know that.
I did just find that out. And so, for that reason, not really for that reason, but for that reason, I have the Rays winning in 6. Because statistically, you see what happens to teams Matthew Stafford's on. I think that's what's going to happen in this situation here.
Professional teams that you see Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
So, not a sports moment, but just a quick tip to all my fans out there. A UPS uniform and an Amazon box will get you in any building in the world.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Who's going to stop you?
The box is big enough.
You actually want to go with small boxes. Because if it's a big box, they'll be like, I didn't order anything that large. It's a small box. Oh, yeah, that must be more supplies.
Can you show live bet on this game?
I'm currently picking my MVP of the series right now.
You just go to the team's websites, find the name
Don't
of
fix
some,
Ben.
find the name of some random, either team assistant or equipment manager or somebody like that, and slap his name on the front.
Oh, that's a brilliant
right
idea.
in.
They actually have fans?
Yeah, there's some, because they're in, where are they at?
Texas.
Oh, yeah, they're in Texas. Of course they have
Yeah.
fans.
Virtual fans and regular fans. How about that?
What if didn't the Cowboys get clearance to do a full stadium? Or didn't they say they wanted to do a full stadium?
Yeah.
Somebody got clearance to do a full stadium.
It was the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
And what's funny about that is that Florida's
Could they even fill their own stadium?
well, maybe that's why they're starting Tua.
Maybe. I think it makes sense why they started to. I don't know. I know we're not on football yet, but I think it makes sense.
I have mixed feelings on it. But, so yeah, baseball's going on.
Yeah, it's so interesting when we started talking about football.
Yeah, basically.
Speaking of football, week 6, it was some up and downs, some cool things and some not cool things. Let's start with one of the cool things. The Broncos beat the Patriots.
Yeah. Brandon McManus scored 6 field goals.
Kind of a weird game, yeah. What was the final score?
Game.
18-12?
18-12.
18-12.
This game would have gone to overtime if Bell would have accepted the penalty.
I don't know if that's true, but
Sorry, it would have been 74, not 64.
Hey, Brand McManus still had a shot. But especially with how on he was, he made 2 50-plus field goals, maybe 3 in the game. It was great. But I think the real reason that the Patriots lost this game was because they didn't have an offensive line and they had to reshuffle players and all this and that throughout the whole game. Cam Newton hurt his own player, and, that also caused some issues.
It was Cam Newton's fault.
It was
I
Cam
think the
Newton's
biggest issue is the Broncos had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. The
No,
Patriots had 2 days.
Patriots' fault. They got COVID, not Broncos.
I'm just saying that'll cause you to lose
Plus,
games.
the Broncos prepared for 2 weeks to play without Cam Newton and without Stephon Gilmore, and then they played. And those are the 2 biggest players on the team.
I don't think that's entirely. I don't think that you would prepare. Because I think you would prepare for the same talent level at corner and at quarterback throughout those 2 weeks.
Broncos don't have a talented
And-
quarterback or corner to
True.
prepare against.
True.
Well. Hey, we signed Blake Bortles to practice squad.
Yay, Blake Bortles.
I'm happy we're not, but we are 1-0 without him. 2-0. We are 2-0 with him.
I just saw the guy. Play for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No, I like Drew Lock enough.
Drew Lock played well until he got in the field goal range.
Well,
Then it was move over.
and then at the end of the game, it wasn't necessarily all Drew Lock. I think it was just he wasn't
I'm just trying to show
ready.
you.
I can tell.
I want him to play more.
I think he's a Hall of Famer as it is.
I don't know.
But-
I don't know about that.
No,
He's
there's a Hall of Fame for grifters.
He's like the greatest journeyman of all time.
Nick Foles.
No, Fitzpatrick is way more of a journeyman than Nick Foles.
Nick Foles has got like 5 teams, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Jags, Bears, Eagles,
Rams. Oh, we're missing one. Chiefs for a little bit? I think.
Nick Foles was on the Chiefs, wasn't
I
he?
think he was. Let me fact check.
Fitzpatrick's been on like 6 teams too, though, too.
Yeah. But Nick Foles went to a team and won a
Fitzpatrick's
Super
been
Bowl.
on the Jets,
That's right.
the
Bucks.
Bucks, the Dolphins, the
Bills.
He's on more teams than that, though.
Nick Foles has played for the Eagles, Rams, Chiefs, Eagles, Jags, Bears. Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, Pro Bowl in 2013.
6 total teams. I'm sorry, 5 total teams. Because he played on the Eagles twice.
Ryan Fitzpatrick has played on the Rams, the Bengals, the Bills, the Titans, the Texans, the Jets, the Bucks, and the Dolphins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams.
Okay. But
Yeah,
has he made it to the playoffs with any of those teams? The answer is no.
So,
Has
Yeah.
Nick Foles won Super
you
Bowl?
want to talk about a journeyman?
Ryan Fitzpatrick became the first quarterback in
Tom
NFL history.
Brady, best journeyman.
Ryan Fitzpatrick became the first quarterback in NFL history to throw 400 yards or more in 3 straight games.
Exactly. Those are Hall of Fame stats right
Jack's the
there.
first to throw four. No, it was over. Never mind.
That was in 2018 he did that.
The true journeyman, though, here is Josh McCown. He has played for the Cardinals, the Lions, the Raiders, the Dolphins, the Panthers, the 49ers, the Bears, the Buccaneers, the Browns, the Jets, and the Eagles.
Why are so many of those teams like the same teams?
I don't know.
Ryan Fitzpatrick was a Ryan Fitzpatrick did turn a 7th round selection into a 16-year career.
That is amazing.
And where does he rank, like, all-time in passing?
He's got to be somewhat up there, right?
No, I don't think so.
He has more passing yards than LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yes. So Ryan Fitzpatrick would be. He's 31. He's 4 spots under Jay Cutler
So he'll pass Jay Cutler.
and Jim Kelly and Matt Hasselbeck.
So he'll pass those guys.
So, question: is Julian Edelman the best non-quarterback quarterback in league history?
I would not say so. Jarvis?
He's 7 for 8 and 3 touchdowns.
Jarvis, I don't know what Jarvis has done, but Jarvis has statistically been another one of those receivers that you can rely to throw.
Well, remember when Doug Baldwin threw a touchdown pass to Russell Wilson?
I think Doug Baldwin, Jarvis Landry, and Julian all played quarterback in college.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So did Randall Cobb, if you guys want to know.
It doesn't matter what they played in college. It's
Well,
what they played in
It kind
NFL.
of does.
Well, that's why they're
good, but I'm just saying.
There is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the top 12 leading and passing all time. 6 of them are active.
You guys realize, like, it sucks that they got
Brady,
benched, but you guys, if Fitzpatrick would have threw for like 40 more yards, he would have passed Jim Kelly, the Hall of Famer.
What?
I said if Ryan Fitzpatrick would have played, if he plays like literally one more game, he throws for like a 40 yards, he passes Jim Kelly, and he'd be 27th all time.
Yeah.
What a guy.
He only needs 2,000 more yards to pass Matt Hasselbeck.
So if he gets another season from a struggling team, maybe he goes back to the Jets.
3,000 more if he passes Donovan McNabb.
Jacob Brisket's 246th all time.
Jacoby Brissett?
Did I ever tell you guys that story?
No.
No.
Oh, God. Okay, so I was at work or whatever, and this guy who, he kind of watches football, but whatever, he was like, oh, yeah, I guess I would say I'm a Colts fan because I'm a big Peyton Manning. I was a big Peyton Manning guy. Like, oh, how you guys feel about this? And I'm like, I really like our quarterback, Jacob Brisket.
And
I didn't want to correct him because I was like, oh, yeah, he could be good.
I really want Jacoby to actually get a job. I almost wonder if he's the Colts plan for the future.
Who?
Jacob Brisket.
Jacob Brisket?
I
No,
don't think so.
Colts got to be looking somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe they could get Matt Ryan.
Yeah, but
Matthew Stafford.
Are they just gonna,
Ryan Fitzpatrick's always an option.
Are they just going to recycle all the old guys that can come through?
For a couple of
Well, I tell you what, though, you give Matt Ryan that offensive line and you give him that defense, I think they could do something.
I think that he could blow 28 to
Or if you wanted to go young, I think Sam Darnold on the Colts would be.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun. I think Sam Darnold would thrive with that team.
I think if Cam leaves, the Patriots will go after Jacoby Brissett.
I could see that happening.
And I think Jacoby Brissett could be really good on the Patriots.
I don't think
Cam
Jacoby.
paves the way.
I don't think Jacoby's that bad.
No, he's just not a game changer.
He's not great. Yeah.
He's 246 all time in yards. He's behind Brandon Whedon is the next one up.
Oh, what a great guy. Remember him?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Played on the Browns. and then
He was
played-
26 years old when he was drafted.
So right above him is
He's
Brandon
so old.
Whedon, Bobby Douglas, Christian Ponder, and Sam Darnold.
Hey, Sam Darnold.
Christian Ponder.
Well, moving on to our games.
We got
here.
off topic.
Yeah, we really did. The Steelers killed the Browns.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brandon Whedon.
Yeah. Yeah. Baker got benched. I think it was probably because of his ribs and stuff.
Yeah, they're saying
but
it's because that's kind of misleading because he had that going into the game. His questionable with that rib injury,
Yeah.
and they think that he re-aggravated it or whatever on a hit. But yes, he did not finish the game.
Case Keenum did look
Case Keenum.
just as bad as Baker Mayfield, though.
It's Case Keenum.
Either way, that's true.
Remember when Case Keenum with
Sticks.
Stefanski actually made it to the playoffs?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Didn't Case Keenum throw the Minneapolis Miracle?
Yeah,
He did.
God, that's gonna be wild.
they really did.
Minnesota's whack.
The most bullshit play in playoff history.
Mapletron is coming.
Who's Mapletron?
Chase Claypool.
I didn't know it was Mapletron.
It's Mapletron
Why is it Mapletron? From Canada.
because he's from Canada and he plays like all his comparisons were to Calvin Johnson. I don't know. It's not the name that he gave
I think
himself.
Chase Claypool's just a cool enough name. If you ask me.
Yeah, but Mapletron. I don't know.
I don't like it.
I like it. But yeah, he had another great game. I think this rookie class is just amazing, especially of receivers here.
Yeah, going into it, it was the most stacked receiver class we had ever seen, and damn near all of them are living up to the hype.
Yeah.
Even some that didn't have any.
True.
Is Jalen Rager still playing?
He is hurt currently, but when he did play, he was looking really good. But he's hurt.
Brandon Ayuk hurdled the Giants.
Brandon Ayuk is a baller.
Steelers defense is still killer.
Probably one of the best in the league, if not the best.
I think
the best, the scariest to go against, I think. They did lose Bud Dupree, though, so that is
And Devin White.
somewhat, and Devin White, so that's
cool.
a big loss.
Yeah, no, they're gonna take some hits there.
But
Don't worry, sure, I could get off.
I don't think Bud Dupree's going to be out for long, so that's I
Hold on to Devin White though.
Devin White's season under.
Yeah.
So that's a big loss.
that's a big loss.
Yeah.
That's a big loss for him. But that defense can still ball out. But Devin White's a huge part of that core.
But with them being down 2 linebackers, it'll be interesting to see what their matchup against Tennessee looks like.
Yeah, it will be.
King Henry.
Next here, Ravens.
Stop the Eagles.
Yeah, so Eagles almost came back.
Eagles almost had a good game, guys.
Almost.
Ooh,
With nobodies, by the way.
Travis Fulgham is their rookie. He's not good.
He's good.
Their guy Crooms or whatever, he's decent.
Miles Sanders is hurt.
He is hurt again. Yes.
Probably not going to play this week. He'll probably be back the week after, though.
I think if any Eagles names that you know besides Carson Wentz, if you say their name, they'll probably be. It's probably safe to assume they're hurt.
Update: home run Dodgers 2-0 LA.
Ben.
You must have gotten this one confused with game 2.
Yeah, I did. I know. I just didn't want to tell you for betting reasons. I want to watch them lose some money.
It's a good thing that bet was not able to go through. But yeah, Ravens. At the end there, they stopped it, of course. But the Ravens didn't look that fantastic in the fourth.
I don't know if it's because ever since Kansas City, that big loss that they had, I'm getting less and less hyped about Baltimore being the favorites in the AFC.
Yeah, they're kind of. I think they're kind of.
I'm looking at teams like Kansas City, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, like.
Buffalo?
No, not quite.
He hates Josh Allen.
Okay, but justifiably, the 2 good teams he's played, he looked not great, and they lost.
Well,
now Buffalo is still going to win that division, and they're still going to be good, but I just don't put them in that echelon of.
I don't know. Miami's second on the division.
If Tua decides to ball out, then that could be interesting.
I don't know about Tua.
Tua breaks the single season passing record starting in week 7.
That would be godly insane.
But yeah. Good game.
Yeah. Carson Wentz is kind of almost viable again in fantasy football.
Kind of almost.
He's the 10th quarterback right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. He's still not playing all that fantastic.
No, he didn't even really look that good against Baltimore.
He's had a lot of rushing touchdowns, though, and that's why he's good in fantasy.
Carson did not look very good against Baltimore.
They might play New England next week, so might not very good.
Do you think Carson's just trying to get released so that way you can go to somewhere that actually has receivers?
And that doesn't get hurt every single time they put on a green uniform?
I got it. Carson Wentz to the Colts.
Oh,
that would be interesting,
that'd
too.
Be very
that
interesting.
Offensive line. T.Y. Hilton.
Carson Wentz not getting sacked 8 times a game?
Oh.
That would make a difference.
That'd make a huge difference.
Jack Doyle.
Jack Doyle, Ali Mo Cox, who's the number 1 ranked tight end in PFF. Paris Campbell?
Who?
Paris Campbell.
I'm kidding.
The Bears beat the Panthers. That's interesting.
Surprising.
That Bears defense is good enough. That Bears defense is good enough to make them a playoff team. It's so
Are
annoying.
the Bears not as bad as everybody thinks they are?
I'm still not sold on them, but
They've still been scraping out every single victory.
But they are getting
They are still scraping out, and I give them that. I want to see them face a couple more good opponents.
Right.
like if they beat the Rams this week,
I'd be a
I don't
little.
know. Are the Rams really a good opponent?
I don't know anymore.
See, that's the thing with the Rams too. At first I was like, oh yeah, Rams are good, but the Rams were playing
They
good
played the
teams.
NFC East. All their wins are against the NFC East. They lost to Buffalo and San Francisco.
And so that's kind of, I don't know how to judge teams like that.
It's a weird year for the NFL. You don't really know who's good and who's not this year.
It's true, because even like, I don't know. There's a lot of teams in that same boat.
Let's see. The Bears play the Rams, the Saints, and the Titans in the next three.
Okay, let's judge Chicago for the next 3 games.
Check out the Bears in week 9.
Yeah, let's see how they're doing in Week 9.
I think they could still get 2 of those victories.
No,
I think they could beat the Saints.
I don't.
The way Drew Brees has been playing. And I think they could beat the Rams.
He's been better the last couple weeks.
He did so good last week. He didn't actually throw an interception.
He
Wow.
didn't even have the chance to.
Yeah, that's the joke. Do I need to send you the gift that Ethan always sends us? Because Ethan's jokes never make sense.
Joe, over your head.
Over your head.
And half the time he sends it, and he waits for somebody to see it, and they'll delete it.
Because then I'll feel bad.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god. But, yeah, Bears beat the Panthers. There was a lot of complaints on Twitter for horrible reffing on both sides. Apparently Bears should have had a touchdown that was called back. And then there was a big penalty that on the defense of the Bears that wasn't called for the Panthers or something, I don't know. But that was a big complaint. But I still don't think it affected the outcome if it was on both sides. And the Bears struck out the victory.
Yeah, I was not able to watch the game. I was at work when that game was going on, but I just managed to just see the end of it. I don't know. I just don't know what to think of the Bears. I know their defense is really good. I know their defense is good enough to win football games. And, and they beat Tampa Bay. They beat a good team. It just seems Nick Foles just does just enough to eke out victories. Obviously, it's not good enough to win the division or to win a Super Bowl by any means.
Check again. Nick Foles did do just enough to win the Super Bowl.
In that Super Bowl run, he played very, very well.
I bet a significantly better team.
Yes. When the Eagles were actually healthy.
I think that Eagles team had definitely a better offense, and I think their defense is comparable. That Eagles team had a good defense.
The Eagles team had a good defense. I don't think that was as good as the Chicago defense.
No,
I say they're somewhat comparable.
I think the secondary is better in Chicago, and they have enough of a front seven force that it can make them have the edge.
Yeah.
On that Eagles.
It'd be close, but the offense for Philadelphia was significantly
base?
better. Yeah, that's a stolen base! We get free taco!
Come on, Taco Bell.
Let's go! Thank you, Chris Taylor!
He did just for the tacos, too.
I think so.
Well, he told Ben after, once he got back into the dugout, he was like, I only did that for free tacos.
He's going to be everybody's
He
favorite
loves Taco
player.
Bell.
The coach didn't even send him. He just was like, what are you doing?
Oh. He touched it?
Yeah, there it is! We get a taco!
Yeah.
Yes!
When do you get a taco?
I don't remember. I'd have to...
Check Taco Bell's Twitter.
Yeah. We get a free Doritos Locos
I hope
taco.
you're already following Taco.
I follow awful things on her. Next game here, Titans beat the
The
Texans.
key game, the divisional.
In overtime, Texans looked great without Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson looked really good without Bill O'Brien.
Was Bill O'Brien holding the team back? I think so.
Was Bill O'Brien holding the team back?
I think so.
I don't think that's a bold proclamation, but I would say so. Except I felt bad for because did you guys see in the coin toss in overtime when Deshaun Watson saw the toss, he just really just accepted defeat at that game because he knows his defense can't stop anybody
Why did that not count as a
because it was a foul ball.
I didn't know it was a thing.
But we only get one free taco. We don't get a free taco for every stolen base.
Oh, that's awesome.
That would be amazing. But
Taco Bell, you can just give out more tacos.
Right? They're not hurting at all.
exactly. But what was I going to say?
Bill O'Brien, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was good.
Yeah, Derrick Henry is good.
212 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. The Titans were the first team to have a quarterback throw 350-plus yards and a running back get more than 200 rushing yards in the same game.
I mean, I understand Derrick Henry is the focal point of that offense, but like, is it safe to say Ryan Tannehill's a top 10 QB in the NFL right now?
Yes.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill is the X factor right
I would have said
now.
that for last year.
Ryan Tannehill
Yeah, last year.
really a top 5 quarterback.
I don't know about top 5, but
Top 5.
I'm
he's
not.
a solid 7 or 8 guy, you know?
Yeah, well, because like top 5 in the NFL right now. I mean, you have your.
This year he's thrown less pick sixes than Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's thrown like 5 pick sixes in the last 8 games.
I'm just saying, those are the people that are rated above him in PFF right now.
I wouldn't put Tom Brady in the top 5, though. I would put Tom Brady below Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I don't even think Tom Brady's played bad by any stretch of the words. I don't think he's been playing bad.
Game 1.
Yeah, he had a rough game
Game
against.
2 wasn't very good either.
And they played. I think it was Carolina. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Tom Brady's been playing bad, but that team is just so good around him that it doesn't even really matter. But, I mean, top 5 in the NFL right now, I mean, you have your Mahomeses, your Lamars, or, not a Lamar this year.
Mahomes, Russell,
Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of how they're playing, I can't really.
Could you put Josh Allen over?
No.
I don't want to.
I mean, it's an argument you
Because
can
in
make.
game-winning drives, which one of the two throws interception?
I mean,
Probably
Josh Allen.
both in some situations.
I would say Deshaun Watson, but like he had a good game, but I think he's struggled. I mean, I don't think it's his fault that he's struggled, that he's been struggling, but I mean, yeah, in terms of how they're playing, now that I think about it, yeah, you can put Ryan Tannehill at 5 if you want to. I won't refute it. I'm just trying to think. I mean, Ben's playing better, but I would put Tannehill ahead of him right now.
Dak, if he was still playing.
Dak, if he was still playing, yes, but the fact of the matter is he is not playing, unfortunately.
If Deshaun didn't have Bill O'Brien for the first 5 games.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, yeah, Ohio State's going to cream them.
No.
Yeah,
Upset.
that would be insane.
The Jets are going to beat Ohio State.
All right, I figured out my top 5. Top 5 right now is Russ, Rodgers, Mahomes, Tannehill, Lamar at 5.
I don't want to put Lamar at 5. He hasn't impressed me that much. Who would I put in my 5? I mean,
Would you put Fitzmagic in your 5?
No.
Because if look at what he's done this season. He's played amazing.
No. But, like, you have...
yeah, no, fair, but he's not going to play the rest of the year, most likely.
That's
You
fair, I
have
guess.
people like... I mean, Derek Carr's been playing well. You have Josh Allen that's been playing well. You have...
Yeah, I think Josh Allen's been playing better than Lamar this year, so I mean, I wouldn't by default.
Arguably Matt Ryan.
I mean, Matt Ryan hasn't been terrible. It's just his team is just so bad around him. That team is so bad. I mean, Jared Goff, I think, has been having a big bounce back. Now, I'm not going to put him at 5, but I think Jared Goff's been having a really solid bounce back year. Didn't play great against San Francisco, but still could have won that football game.
But yeah, that's what I thought. I was like,
No. That's also Hunter Renfrow.
he plays football and baseball?
No, it's 2 different
I didn't
people.
know he was another Russell Wilson.
It's 2 different people with the same name.
Tim Tebow.
Just like how Will Smith hit a home run off of Will Smith.
Well, Will Smith was watching.
Yeah.
What the what?
Wild.
Oh my God.
It was crazy to see on Twitter. A big loss for the Titans, though, is Taylor Lumen, their offensive guy, tackle.
Oh, Taylor Lewan.
Lawan, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's a huge loss.
Oh, that's a huge loss. He is the best offensive lineman they have. He's the focal point of what makes this Tennessee offense hum. But was he out for the Texans game or?
He aren't during the Texans.
Okay.
Like halfway through to his ACL.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see this week, especially against a really good Pittsburgh defense. They're gonna
They'll probably get in the teens for pressures, but I think they'll only get like 4 or 5 sacks.
They're gonna put TJ Watt on the line. What does the one play on? Right?
TJ is a left outside linebacker.
I'm actually changing a prediction here quick.
They're going to move TJ to the side of whoever they're flexing in for tackle. Watch them be really good. Do you want to bet on the debate?
No.
On FanDuel, yes.
You going to watch the debate?
Of course, he's left tackle, so TJ Watt will be lining up on that side anyways. But yes, the debate will be fun to watch.
I didn't see your voice.
I also agree with that. But yeah, Texans was a fun one to watch. King Henry did ball out.
Mm-hmm.
Colts Bengals, that was a crazy game.
Yeah, it was. Philip Rivers leading that comeback.
It was funny because, it was a great game.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird with Philip. It's weird with Philip Rivers. It's like I think he's washed up, and then he does that, and I'm like, okay, Colts, what are you this year?
Well, because he starts every game washed up like that. Like he always starts off horribly,
right?
And then he always I don't know.
It's weird. I still don't know what to think of the Colts because it's like on one end, it's like they can be a good team in a fairly weak division, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like Philip Rivers is still kind of holding that team back of their true potential. He was really bad in the first half against Cincinnati.
But I think he's still the best quarterback on their roster.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
I think they would
I think
be.
if Philip Rivers has a couple bad games, that they will try to put Jacoby back in.
Or they could just go all in and trade for Sam Darnold or Matt Ryan at the trade deadline. Stafford.
Fitzmagic.
As much as that, as funny as that would be,
it makes sense because that team would be a little better.
Oh, I love that place.
I also love that place.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, look at all those glass pieces there.
Wow, look at how much tobacco you can smoke in those glass products.
Wow, e-juice. Look at those water decorations. Wow. Who knew that there was one in Brookings? Yeah, well.
It was actually, the very first one was in Brookings.
Especially if they make it look like a children's arcade.
Yeah, actually in Brookings, right next to the college, it's the college Taco Bell roll smoke.
Nice.
Damn, that is smart.
Perfect. Taco Bell saw the opportunity, they took it.
That is beyond smart enough.
Joe Burrow's still looking pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Besides that interception at the end.
Yeah, Burrow's good. It's just the team's bad. I think it's well established at this point.
That was a good defense.
And somebody on that team, I don't remember who, just requested the trade.
John Ross.
Why?
He did not live up to his potential, I don't think.
Because he says that he's not getting the opportunity to shine. So I think he only had 2 targets that game or something.
Wow.
But he's the third string receiver.
With T. Higgins and that
T. Higgins is kind of balling out right now.
That's
play better, you'd get more chances? Question mark.
True.
Right.
Don't get hurt.
Is John Ross the next Kayvon Austin?
Whoa.
Well, maybe.
He's still playing. He's still somewhere. I don't know where.
The Cowboys?
No, not anymore, I don't think.
I don't know.
No, he just got a new team. It's really random.
He was on the Niners.
He was.
Yeah, he is on the Niners.
He's on the Niners. He got hurt right away, but he's on the Niners.
Interesting.
I can see the difference between a slider and a curveball.
So y'all buying into the Lions yet? Because they beat the Jags.
No, they beat the Jags.
They beat the Jaguars.
Going into the year, we said the Jags was the worst team in the league.
Hey.
Now, that being said, they are not the worst team in the league anymore.
No. The entire NFC East is.
Right, and you can throw the Jets in there.
Yep.
All right. But
Jets may be the worst.
The Jets are bad.
The Jets may be the worst team I've ever seen. Yes.
But they'll still win a game somehow.
Maybe.
But here's my case for why the Lions are going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Be ready for this one. So, next they play the Falcons. Going to be a competitive game. Then they play the Colts. Going to be a competitive game. Then they play the Vikings. They're going to win the Vikings.
Fair.
Then they play the Washington.
In U.S. Bank.
Yes.
They're going to lose.
Then they play the Washington football team.
They're going to beat the football.
Then they play the Panthers.
No, they're not going to beat.
Then the Texans, and the Bears, and the Packers, and the Titans. They're going to lose their last games, but they have a chance to
Yeah, but
We
the problem
have
is,
Win 4?
They have a chance. Their ceiling is maybe 6-10.
They could still win the NFC East.
the
They
problem
want to.
is the Bears are still ahead of them by way too much. And the Bears are number 1. The Packers are at pretty much the same spot. I mean, I know the Packers are number 2.
Because they played one last week.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Bears best team in the NFC North.
at the moment, according to standings, technically,
So
Standings wise, yes.
another fun NFC East fast. I said the thing before that Philadelphia, if every NFC East team were to split
Get
their
out
games in
ball.
the division, lose their rest from Philadelphia to win the division
Touchdowns.
4-11. Over the first 5 games, the NFC East as a division is the worst, almost the worst division in NFL history over the first 5 games. Only one division was worse, and it was the AFC Central in 1984, went 4-12. If the Eagles wouldn't have tied, they would have been the worst division over the first 5 games in NFL history. In 1984, could not tell you.
Tampa's funny though. The NFC East was the worst team last year too.
You said 1984?
Yeah, AFC Central.
AFC
I'm
Central.
just looking at 1984 NFL standings.
While we're talking about the NFC East, though, the Giants did beat the Washington football team,
They did.
and Daniel Jones did turn on the Jets for a big 70-plus yard run.
Let's just Daniel Jones try to get traded to the Jets.
Ethan put in the group chat, you know who never talks about as being a bust or something like that? Daniel Jones. And I don't think Daniel Jones is a bust.
I think he's on a shitty team
Yep.
with shitty offensive line and shitty receivers and now a shitty running back. But
Exactly. I think if he was given the chance, I think he'd easily be a mid-tier quarterback.
Remember when Devontae Freeman was good?
Yeah, a couple years ago.
I think the Giants' Washington football team was the worst two offenses in the NFL.
Wow.
If Saquon was playing, I wouldn't say the Giants, but without Saquon, dog shit.
Granted,
Yeah.
with Saquon, sometimes the Giants still can't do anything because they don't have an offensive line.
Yeah. Now they have Devontae Freeman
Hmm.
and
Hey.
couldn't even tell you that. Like,
He gets me those flex running back points that I need.
You guys ready for your history lesson of the day?
I'm ready.
So 1984, the AFC Central was won by the Pittsburgh Steelers at 9-7. The teams in that division were the Bengals, the Browns, and the Houston Oilers. The best division by far in terms of competitiveness was the AFC West. The Broncos won it at 13-3. The Seattle Seahawks in second at 12-4, and the Los Angeles Raiders at 11-5 all made the playoffs. Dolphins finished 14-2 to make the playoffs that year as well. And in the NFC, the Washington, formerly known as Redskins, went 11-5. Giants made the playoffs at 9-7. Bears won the NFC Central with 10-6 record. Niners won 15-1. Rams made the playoffs at 10-6. Won the Super Bowl that year.
Probably the Niners.
It was the Niners.
Yeah, I think that was the fourth.
Do you want to guess who was MVP that year?
Like Super Bowl maybe or MVP?
MVP of the league. It was a quarterback.
84.
It was not Joe Montana.
It was not Joe Montana.
John Elway.
It was not Jonathan
Troy?
Elway. It was not Troy. A little before Troy's time.
The Dolphins, dude.
Daniel Marino. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Louis Lips.
Who?
I don't know.
His
Exactly.
lips will move too much that he didn't make much of a career after that.
Yeah, he wasn't very good. He had a career total of 6,019 receiving yards and 39 touchdowns.
Who's San Fran's one loss to?
I can look.
Well, you look that up. Atlanta beat the Vikings
Yes, they did.
pretty handily
That was
there.
a fun game to watch.
It was pretty fun. I think Dan Quinn was definitely the problem. They played much better without him.
Yeah, Atlanta. Atlanta caught a break finally. They fired their head coach and they played a very bad Minnesota defense and a really young, bad secondary with Julio being back. Matt Ryan looked good because just Minnesota's defense is not good this year.
No.
So they caught a break. They dominated. They kind of looked like their old selves for a little bit. I still think it's time to rebuild. It's time to.
Yeah.
Oh, without question, but even Atlanta too. Like, I know a lot of teams have inquired about Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, and it's something that you're gonna have to do.
I do hear Julio potentially is on the trade block though.
That's what he is or isn't.
He is.
That's what Matt Ryan and Julio I've heard are both on the trade block.
I could see
Apparently Sam Darnold on the trade block.
He also is too, and I pray to God that he gets traded.
I could see
Yes.
Patrick Peterson also getting traded because the Cardinals have expressed for several years in the past they really to trade. Patrick
Yeah,
Peterson.
and honestly, like, it might be a good move. I understand the Cardinals are looking good right now, but you can turn that into what?
I don't know. I thought he was on the Falcons for a second. I also don't know.
Oh, well, no, I mean, you're fine. Red birds. Birds red.
He could trade him to the you could trade him to the Falcons for Julio.
Yeah,
Think about it.
Straight up.
D-Hop and Julio on the same team.
D-Hop, Julio, and Christian Kirk, and Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, so good.
To start Julio at tight end at that point.
With
Oh.
Kyler throwing. Oh, can't get much better. That would be deadly.
That'd be disgusting. I would fall.
Love it. You probably would love it.
I would hate everything about that.
That would be my favorite.
I would be
team.
a sad boy.
Hey, but you might get lucky. You might get on the off game because Julio only can play half the season.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
True. Catch him on a bad week.
He's like, my foot hurts, my ankle hurts, my knee hurts. I have osteoporosis.
I have osteoporosis.
So, Kirk Cousins threw like 3 interceptions.
Yeah, he's not. I don't know how he's 10th in PFF grading. He's not good. And that's the thing with the Vikings. It's just time for the Vikings to swallow their pride, move on from Kirk Cousins. They got to draft a quarterback. They need to blow it all up. Trade
Yeah.
Harrison Smith. Trade Anthony Barr. You have to trade Anthony Harris now.
Imagine if Anthony Barr would.
Actually, you can't even trade him because he's going to be a free agent after this year. They should have just traded him when they could, but that's beside the point. But yeah, here's the thing with Minnesota though. I feel like the Vikings aren't as far away as it seems right now because offensively they have some weapons to build around. Dalvin Cook, I think Adam Thielen can still be good for a few more years, and Justin Jefferson's looking like a.
Dalvin Cook money?
What's that?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They did pay Dalvin. Whether you think that was the right move, I personally don't, but it is what it is. And obviously Justin Jefferson is looking like a star right now. He's looking like the best receiver in this class right now.
I think the same thing could happen that happened with Stephon Diggs, though.
I hope
is
not.
where, he's not too happy about a situation and he goes to another team.
Well, you know how you can how you can fix that?
How can you fix that?
You can sprinkle a little Justin Fields or Trey Lance in there.
There you go.
Because here's the fact of the matter: they're not getting Trevor Lawrence.
No.
They're not going to.
They're not bad enough.
No, they're not. They're not bad enough. That title is going to go to either the Jets, Giants, or the Jags. The Falcons have an outside chance, but now that they fired their coach, they can maybe squeak out a few more games unless they trade everyone. So it's going to be interesting who wins the Trevor Lawrence thing. But I don't think Minnesota's that bad. Do I think Minnesota can get a top 10 pick and find themselves with Justin Fields or Trey Lance?
Hopefully.
I think that has to be the move for them. I understand there's a lot of good players, depending on where you are. Oh, wait a minute. Do we get a taco for each stolen base because the logo popped up again? Do we get 2 tacos?
They didn't tweet anything. That's the problem.
Interesting. But anyway, yeah, there's going to be a lot of interesting prospects of what Minnesota could do. They could try and revamp that defense.
They should try with James Winston.
I did read an article saying that has to be the next move.
I read that too, actually, and I'm like,
I pulled it out of my ass, but okay.
yeah, no, it was like
okay
actually a
with that.
thing.
I mean, he's learning under Drew Brees. If he would have cut the turnovers literally in half, he would have won MVP because Tampa would have won 11, 12 games last year.
Jerry Alexander would get more interceptions too.
What's that?
I said Jerry Alexander would get more interceptions too.
There you go. It just helps you out.
True.
Helps you out.
No, in all reality, Jameis is not the move. You just go young.
I don't know. We haven't seen him with actually being able to see.
This is true.
He throws it to guys that are relatively look the same, because he couldn't see.
I think the Vikings should give him like a 5-year, $120 million contract.
Yuck. Disgusting. Vomits.
No, sorry.
I
No.
told the Vikings, don't give Kirk Cousins any more money.
No.
Everyone told him that.
No.
Literally, their
20-year,
own team said that.
20-year,
20-year
$1 billion deal.
for James Winston.
Yes.
Well,
That's the Viking. That's how the Vikings.
it would be the Vikings' way.
Which would make him the highest paid quarterback if you weren't catching that.
But yeah, I honestly do think if you took Kirk Cousins out of the
The Raiders are
Minnesota
gonna
thing,
replace
I
it.
think that offense would be much better, and I think that team would be much better.
No, I see, and I would disagree slightly because I think Kirk Cousins he still has something there, but the problem is with the Vikings, it just goes beyond the quarterback position. It's just a thing to add on the list of problems that they have. But that team's got a lot of things they got to figure out. They need to fix that O-line. They have no pass rush right now. I understand Daniil Hunter's hurt, but like now it's like, shoot, you're going to have to pay Yannick Ngakoue because you just gave up a second rounder for him. So you kind of have to try and re-sign him.
It's funny. I watched a good chunk of that Falcons Vikings game. It was 2 plays I remember where they straight fucking put Yannick Ngakoue and Calvin Ridley. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, Vikings.
But I will say,
What else? What better defensive player do they have to cover Calvin Ridley?
I will say, Cameron Dantzler has been looking pretty solid. The rookie from Mississippi State. He's looked good. But yeah, other than that, I love this guy with the ocean spray.
You mean 420 dog face?
Yeah, he shows up on my. I'm not like following him or anything, but he shows up on my For You page quite often.
He also. Apparently, the ocean spray guy bought him a car.
I love
And a
that.
fuck ton of ocean spray.
Another game here. Miami shut out the Jets, 24-0.
Jets are bad.
Jets are horrible.
I thought so. I remember looking at the Jets schedule and be like, okay, one of their wins, if they're going to win this year, is going to be against Miami.
That's not going to happen.
Miami's a decent football team, just like last year when they turned it around and went 7-8 or something like that.
Yeah, the fact that Brian Flores managed to get that team 5 victories is impeccable.
You've not gotten a base hit though.
Yeah, I think.
Do you remember what you did at this at bat, Ben? I know you were kind of deep in game mode, but like, do you remember what happened?
Just throw it back.
I'm the first out.
Oof.
Oof.
You weren't the first out. Nope. Never mind. Mookie didn't get out.
Wait, Mookie stole another base?
No, he ran back.
Oh man,
He was trying to steal third.
come on,
He was
Mookie.
trying to help Ben out. He won't talk to Ben, but
No, I thought he was trying to help us out getting that.
Free time.
Yeah, but no, Brian Flores is a very, very good coach.
Miami is in an interesting spot. Buffalo's on a 2-game losing streak, and their schedule gets interesting late in the year.
Miami takes it.
2-game losing.
Could Miami win the division?
And now, it's
Two a time.
It's 2 a time, baby.
I don't think it. I have very mixed feelings on
I
this.
understand why it makes sense.
Yes.
Right? Because they're in a position where they're not going to win a lot. They're not going to. They might make the playoffs, but they're not going to do anything. They're not.
Right.
They're not
Right.
contending this year for anything. Ryan Fitzpatrick is great and he's playing lights out, but all he's going to do is make you get a worse draft pick next year.
Yeah.
And you drafted Tua. This is the time to develop him.
Yes.
Right? You develop him now under Fitzpatrick. You get another high draft pick.
Yeah, and not to mention the Dolphins can get maybe not 1 but 2 top 15, maybe even 2 top 10 picks because they're getting Houston's first round pick, and Houston's not very good. So they're gonna get high picks, and I agree with you 100%. Like, now's the time, development year for Tua. Let him get all the experience that he can and get a good draft. Or best case scenario, Tua Tagovailoa is the quarterback that I think he is, and they just win 10 games, and boom.
They get the 21st draft pick. They get a bust, and they're bad next year.
Or Houston gets a top 5 pick because they're bad, and then they get Penei Sewell
There you go.
to protect Tua.
I don't know. I also get why they're doing it. I just think with the way Magic is playing, it's kind of doing him dirty. a little bit.
Yeah, it is. But I think Ryan Fitzpatrick totally understood.
He definitely understands.
Yeah,
You know
well-
how hyped up he was for Tua going.
Oh, I know, and I think Ryan Fitzpatrick understood what his role was.
Right.
You were the first out.
Was the first out?
Ben has gone 2 for 3 on predictions. I really think that this was pre-recorded and Ben was playing baseball.
I'm back on the bench and scrolling on my phone. I'm looking at Snapchat wherever I am.
Well, you're at the plate right now, but now you're going back.
This is the replay, but yeah.
But yeah, I think Ryan Fitzpatrick understood what his role was this year. Like, yeah, I'll play, but ultimately the goal is to develop Tua. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is just a great teammate, and he understands that.
Cool.
He's embraced the leadership role and being that guy for Tua. So I think knowing that Miami feeling like that he's ready to get out there, I think that Fitzpatrick can now just sit back and analyze him, help him out as best he can, and help this football team win some games in the future.
You see, after the game, Tua went and sat on the 10-yard line.
I did.
FaceTimed his parents, yeah, in full uniform.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, no, I hope I think he's going to be great. I think Tua's going to be.
I think too.
Tua.
So far, this has been a good quarterback class.
It's been a very good QB class.
Burrow's good. Herbert's playing good. Tua's playing good.
Well, Tua played for 2 minutes, but he wasn't 2 of 2.
Jalen Hurts was 2 rushes for 28 yards.
He also completed a pass in that game against Baltimore.
One other thing in that Miami Jets game is, do the Jets just like butt stuff? Because, they got the butt fumble,
Oh,
the butt interception.
I was like, hold on.
What?
To be fair,
I don't know what Adam Gase does in his free time.
Well,
That's
I feel like he could be one of those
I
people.
feel like OBJ's sexual preferences are what got him to Cleveland.
Oh.
The Browns.
Oh.
You see the joke? He just gives the illness. You see the joke that there's pink eye.
Ah! Dog!
That was hilarious.
Hey,
Jeez.
you getting outlet to Mookie stealing a base, is that planned, Ben?
Yeah, it was all a play for tacos.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate
That,
it.
that would be the third base that Mookie has. Well, was that a base hit or was that an out? Oh, it was a base hit.
Moving on here, Ben. You might want to.
Leave the room, Fisher?
Yeah, I don't know. We're defend them. I think I'm going to defend Aaron Rodgers and that team a little bit here, but Buccaneers absolutely destroyed the Packers. Rodgers looked off all game long from after he did
the first
triple whatever.
Well, it really was just the second and third quarter. 'Cause the first quarter was great, and the fourth quarter,
Right,
Tim
Tim-
Boyle played.
That's true. That
He
is
played like the
true.
entire fourth quarter. Aaron Rodgers just straight was done.
He was done well.
It was 38-10.
When you throw 2 picks in a game where you are a quarterback who throws 2 picks a year.
To be fair, the second was Devontae's fault. Straight
That's
up.
true. He did, hit that ball a little bit. But Rodgers was sacked 4 times. I don't know. He just looked. I think part of it is because of Dave Bakhtiari going out, but he just looked off.
Yeah, it definitely was an in game. And I know Matt LaFleur and both Aaron Rodgers came out of the game said Matt LaFleur straight up said we practice like shit, we play like shit. That's what his post game thing was.
That's fair.
They're in their heads too much, and they were too cocky, and they practiced like shit, so they lost.
And I know Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers said that
Mm-hmm.
they needed the loss
Yeah,
to come back down to earth.
I don't think.
So.
I know we obviously got our asses handed to us, but I don't think this is necessarily an indicator for the rest of how our season's going to
I
go.
would agree.
We still played good. If Dave Bakhtiari's fine, I think we still have a good chance. Jerry Alexander was a bright spot. He again is still the top-rated corner. He shut down.
Yeah,
Mike
Jair's
Evans.
really good.
He's playing phenomenally this year. I love him.
Jair's probably the best corner in football right now.
Yes, I love that.
For sure.
I want a Jerry Alexander jersey.
Yeah.
So you know what I think is funny? We're going to go back to fantasy. So I traded Devontae Adams for the likes of James Conner, who
Okay.
put up 17 points, Darnell Henderson, who only put up 9 but put up 20 last week, and somebody else that I'm forgetting. Oh, Mike Evans, who obviously didn't do anything this week, but the week before.
Yeah, but
This is Devontae's first game back from injury, and he only gets 12 points.
but we have like the Texans, the Jags, the Lions are coming up next.
Yeah,
He's going to get a lot of points.
Buccaneers though, they look great.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not like Green Bay lost to a bad team.
No.
Like Tampa is up there with some of the best teams in the NFC. It doesn't derail what Green Bay can be. It's just an odd
So
game.
is this
I think
the fourth meeting with Brady Rodgers?
This is the
Third.
third meeting.
So Brady's winning.
Brady's
He's
2-1.
yes. Technically, they did play one more time, but when Rodgers hurt, so it was Matt Flynn versus Tom Brady.
Sad.
interesting. It looks like the Buccaneers are finally starting to get Rob Gronkowski into the game.
Yeah.
I think the Packers
Played a lot more.
guarding tight ends.
That could be too. But he played last week. He also played a little bit more. I
That's
think,
true. He's getting more integrated in their offense.
Yeah, which I really like to see, especially coming
Didn't
as the season goes
Jay
on.
Howard get hurt though? Or?
Chase Howard, he's done for the season.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason
Yeah.
why Gronk's been more involved. Though.
He's not a tackling tight end or a blocking tight end anymore. We like it.
Well, Gronk's still a blocking tight end. Like the
Nice.
biggest thing is that Gronk's
Catcher.
skill set could make him good at whatever you were trying to do with your tight end. He's a
fair.
great blocker and a great receiver.
But because Gronk's mostly been blocking this year, Jimmy Graham, I think, has now passed Gronk for career touchdowns.
Oh.
That's kind of. I think Jimmy Graham and Gronk's kind of an interesting tight end comparison because for a couple of years there, you look at prime Jimmy Graham and prime Gronk. You're looking at 2010, 2011. So good.
Yeah.
So good. And
I remember they were just trading back and forth for like most touchdowns in a season by a tight end or whatever. Like they were just trading back and forth that record for.
Then Jimmy Graham moved around and kind of lost it. Gronk was still good.
Gronk really hit the injury bug.
And now Jimmy Graham's back, I guess, in Chicago.
And Gronk finally had a good game, so it's like maybe.
Because Jimmy Graham can't get nothing done with Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, but Nick Foles.
I finally found a quarterback that can play.
What else is going on here? Tom Brady's found his form.
Yeah, like I said, Tom Brady's now I think he's figuring out the offense back. He's getting his weapons now. He has a legit running game with Ronald Jones, who I think's been looking really good. Everything's coming together for Tampa right now. They had a couple miscues against Chicago, but they bounced back like Tom Brady-led teams do. That defense for Tampa is well coached, and I think that was evident against Green Bay. I just think the Bucs had a really good game plan too against Green Bay.
I'm not saying this was a factor. I'm not saying it was all a factor. The reffing was interesting in the game. There's a couple plays that the refs didn't call.
Right.
But the Bucs were, because of it, the Bucs were the only team this year to play the whole game without a penalty.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Even though JPP smacked Rodgers upside the head on the sack or whatever.
You got a baby Breeze team. He's getting old. You don't want nothing to happen to that team.
They went from the most penalized team the weekend against Chicago to the only team to not score a penalty this year.
Now that is more interesting right there.
Yeah.
Is somebody trying to get the Bucs to the Super Bowl in Tampa? To have the Tampa.
Well,
Tampa?
The TV, in TV, for TV, on TV, for SB, number 7 for TV.
Doesn't the person who owned the Rays also own the Bucs? Isn't that the same person?
I do not know.
I think
Tom
I
Brady's
think so.
narrating a thing for the Rays.
that is
I'm
interesting.
Googling it.
One of the 3 franchises have a connected owner, I'm pretty sure, in Tampa Bay. I might be a completely random thing I just made up, though, so I don't know.
I don't know. You seem to know random stuff like that, though.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty good.
Yeah. Normally you're somewhat on if you're not. I don't know. 49ers beat the Rams. They won.
Beat the Rams. Divisional game. I think divisional games are always different.
Toss-ups.
They're always toss-ups.
Do you think this shows that the Rams aren't as good as they could be? Or?
I think it shows that Jimmy G's not as bad as he looked last week.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna say this as a person who watched the entire game in its entirety. This is what I noticed. The biggest thing, and it's such a smart game plan. I'm not faulting Kyle Shanahan. I'm not gonna rip on Jimmy G for it because it's a smart game plan. There's athletes all over the San Francisco team, even with all the injuries. There's athletes on that team. why don't we just get the ball out quick and take number 99 out of the game? That's what it was. They just did a bunch of dump passes, a bunch of quick passes, let our athletes do the work, double team Aaron Donald in the run game, and just take him out of the game. That was the first factor. He did not get a sack, no. He had a couple pressures, but he did not look great, but that's just because he just barely had chances to. But Rams defense as a whole, they couldn't tackle for shit. That was a big reason we lost. Jared Goff missed a couple throws. I thought he was fine, missed a couple throws. Obviously, I also blame play calling, like in that goal line situation where I just thought the play calling was bad in that situation on Sean McVay's end.
Well, I don't know if you watched the Packers Bucs game. There's some fucking ridiculous play call. There was a play that I think it must have been a mistake. They dropped 10 on 2nd and 2, 10 guys back. Like, it was such a fucking easy. Tom Brady could have ran for the first down.
Yeah, it was bad coaching display. Well, I can't even say it was a bad coaching display because after the first half, we only held the Niners to 3 points in the entire second half. It sucks that we lost, but I think the one thing I need to kind of look at after analyzing it and, getting over the loss is that we played very bad and we did not deserve to win that game, and we very easily could have won that game. Very easily could have. I don't think it derails what the Rams can be because I don't think the Rams had great expectations going into the year anyway. I think their goal was just to, make the playoffs, see what we can do. I think if they can still get to that point, I think they have a Bears team at home night. They finally get another home game again. So they play the Bears on Monday night. They have an extra day to prepare. So, the Bears defense is good, but it's just I'm just sitting there waiting for Nick Foles to just kind of show his true colors. And
Nick Foles.
You're right, just be Nick Foles.
So you gotta remember, he is a Super Bowl MVP.
He is a Super Bowl MVP. That
does have the potential to not show that other side of Nick Foles.
Right, and that's why I don't know what to think of the Chicago games. It's which Nick Foles am I getting? Am I getting the Nick Foles I know, or am I getting the Nick Foles that Eagles fans like to remember?
I think that's the Nick Foles that I want to see on Sunday.
I don't want to see that on Monday. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
I want
to see Jags Nick Foles.
I want to see St. Louis Rams. I want to see St. Louis Rams Nick Foles on Monday.
That's the game when he threw when he was on the Rams. That was the time that he threw 5 or 6 touchdowns in a game.
He threw 7 touchdowns with the Eagles.
Was it with the Eagles?
Yes, because that was his rookie year, and then everyone was saying how Nick Foles was going to lead them to the promised land. And you know what? He did. If you were an Eagles fan back in 2012, and you know what, this Nick Foles guy, I think we can win a Super Bowl with him. You were right.
You had to have Carson Wentz, win the first half of the season. Yeah.
That's interesting.
The same quarterback. What do you mean? Plays the same teams. They both play on the Rams. They're both kind of mediocre.
I guess.
Well, literally, the Rams traded Sam Bradford for Nick Foles.
I think they did.
See, and it's weird. The thing with Sam Bradford, totally off topic. Sam Bradford was not a bad quarterback, but my God, he just couldn't stay healthy. He did win Rookie of the Year, and he did almost win us a division title. His rookie year, we went 6-10 that year, and we just missed the playoffs. The NFC West was really bad that year. That was the year Seattle won at 7-9, and Beastquake happened.
What else happened? Kansas City Buffalo was interesting.
Joshua Allen.
I didn't watch it. It was a pretty close game, though, wasn't it?
It was pretty close. I wouldn't say that Josh Allen is the reason they lost.
No, he's not. Kansas City just ran the ball all over Buffalo. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes made enough big plays for him to get downfield, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a really good game. I don't think Josh Allen did them any favors because I think Kansas City's defense, shut him down, put pressure on him, eliminated the run a little bit. He did have a nice touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs, though, but outside of that, it's I don't know, Josh Allen back-to-back weeks against legit playoff teams, legit Super Bowl contenders, and I will put Tennessee in that echelon now, legit Super Bowl contenders, and he loses and doesn't look great in the effort.
I wonder how Lev Bell's going to factor.
It'll be very interesting. So I know what's KC's coordinator, Bieniemy? Ben?
Yeah. been made from
Yeah. He talked to Edwards-Helaire when the signing went down. He was like, listen, just worry about the things that you can control. Just continue to take advantage of your opportunities.
I
And
don't think Le'Veon Bell's taking his job.
I would not.
No, I don't think he's taking his job. I think he's going to take carries.
Oh yeah, he'll get carries, but Edwards-Helaire looked really good against Buffalo. Had like 160 rushing yards. So he looked like the Edwards-Helaire that we saw in like the first couple of weeks. So it's going to be interesting to see what Le'Veon Bell, all he's really going to do is just make him better, because even if he doesn't play, okay, we still have Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I think he's going to get a lot of passing opportunity and red zone opportunity.
Yes.
Because Clyde Edwards-Helaire has not been good on the goal line. He's
No.
like one rushing touchdown all year, so one or two.
No, and he's not a touchdown. Like, if he's going to get a touchdown, it's going to be off a big run. That's how he was at LSU. That's how he is on Kansas City. Like, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, that's just how his game. He's going to be a threat in the passing game. He's going to get a bunch of yards, but he's just not going to get a lot of touchdowns.
So what's he saying? Not necessarily the guy you want in fantasy, but
I mean, he's been good in fantasy.
He's been fine.
He's been having like 200 yards a game.
that's fair. That's fair. I'm curious to see what they do because they play the Broncos this week.
I think
So I'm curious to see how the Lev Bell Hilaire thing works.
Well, what is it, a Thursday night or is it a Sunday game?
It's Sunday.
I don't think that either running back's going to have a lot of rushing.
I don't either because the Broncos' rushing defense are pretty
I
good.
don't know if Leadbell's even going to play because the new code rules, he has to go 7 days before he can practice with the team. So
Well, 7 days would be last or 7 days would be Thursday.
So I guess he could practice with him on Friday. And I don't know if he'll suit up on Sunday then though. He might, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, why not? But
Maybe they'll give him a touch or two. But
You are playing against a capable team. That's when they're going to look at it, so that way the Broncos can,
there you go. There you go.
Well,
Did
is
you
it in
notice?
KC or is it in...
It's in Denver.
Oh, shit. Bullshit always happens in Denver.
Bullshit
Broncos are
always. Bullshit does.
You're right.
Update. The Dodgers are kind of running up the score right now. It is now 7-1 Los Angeles.
6-1.
6-1. I just didn't know they had a run there. Yeah, 6-1 Los Angeles in the
Well, all
bottom
they
of the
need to do
fifth.
is get an out. And
It's
then Tampa's bats can do it.
they really can't. Tampa's way too reliant on the long ball.
Just wait for Kershaw to go out.
Right, but they haven't really been able to do anything. They got the one home run, but that's really it. And
Just Hunter Renfroe. He's gonna go out there and he's gonna hit a homer. There you go.
I don't see it
Hunter
happening.
Renfroe.
The Rays are way too reliant on the long ball. They just can't really string up consistent hits. That's just not really. That's been their struggle all year. So when they really beat the tar out of Glasnow, who's their best pitcher, ooh, that's rough.
They only put up 4 runs against Glass. Yeah.
Right, but they took him out early. They took him out in the 5th inning or the 4th inning. That's not good. But
They took him out in the middle of this inning.
so the 5th. He didn't even make it a full 5. He made it like 4 1/3 inning. That's not good.
But he had the 2 outs.
He did good for the first couple of innings.
One of those outs
He
is a
did.
strikeout from Glass now.
Right.
Moving on
that's-
to our last game here.
Yes.
Arizona, Dallas.
Dallas is bad.
Whap, whap.
The Dallas Cowboys should blow it up also, but they're just too proud to do it. Trade Zeke.
Hasn't Zeke had 4 fumbles in 5
Zeke is
Yeah.
bad. Tell that to my other
fumbles in 5
fantasy.
games. 5 fumbles in
5-5.
Beyond Zeke's, the Dolphins.
here's
No, I like Miles Gas.
here's the thing with the Cowboys, right? Are the Cowboys decent? We thought going into the season, are they okay? Are they going to be good or
They have a
not?
good passing.
Dak played amazingly, right?
And now he's hurt.
And now he's hurt,
gone.
and now this team is nothing. I think this proves the point that they should have signed Dak a long time ago,
Or Dak. To
or
be
that
fair,
Dak was
should
the
have.
star of the team.
Well, no, but I'm saying to be fair, it's not the lack of trying for Dallas. Dak had a pretty good offer on the table that he turned down, but it's very established that Dak was their leader. He
Right.
is not a bad quarterback by any stretch of the words. It just was a matter of if he's worth all that money. And I tell you what, though, his value is looking a lot more important right now. But the thing is, they were still losing games despite Dak playing well. Now, you can sell that to the defense because this Dallas defense is historically bad.
So bad.
Historically bad. So you can always play that as a factor, and I wouldn't fault you for it. In fact, I would almost agree with you. Not almost, I would agree with you. So
it doesn't help that they don't have Van Der Esch or Lee, so they only are.
Well, Van Der Esch played.
Well, Van Der Esch is
Probably
back.
didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He played last night.
Mhm.
He just got taken off the injury reserve today, though.
No, but he played yesterday. I remember. I'm positive. I remember seeing him on the screen. He played awful. In case you were wondering.
I just
Probably his neck probably felt funny.
I think so. Going into since before Dak was hurt, the Cowboys were first in yards per play. I think this last week they were 27th in yards per whatever.
Hey, not as bad as probably the Jets.
No, I'm assuming the Jets were one of those 5 teams below, 4 teams below them.
Yeah. Again, the Jets are the worst team I have ever seen play football. I'm not even joking. That is the worst NFL team I've
You
ever.
watched the 2016 Cleveland Browns?
Yeah. Oh no. Here's the thing about the 2016 Cleveland Browns team. They had some talent, and they were in a lot of those football games. If you guys you remember those games.
They lost 5 or 6 of those games in overtime.
Yeah, they lost a few games. Well, they actually lost to the Packers. I remember that year in OT. They played a lot of one-score games. That Cleveland team is a lot better than their 0-16 record showed.
Even
This-
the 09 Lions look better than.
Yes, even the 07 Lions looked better. This Jets team was that
Wasn't the Lions?
07 because it was the year the Patriots went 16-0.
We had an 0-16 and 16-0.
We did.
The same year? Are you sure?
I am very sure of it. I bet I would.
Manning.
Then Eli Manning happened.
God bless Eli Manning.
God bless Eli.
So Minneapolis Miracle is the second most bullshit play in
What? That's a
playoff
good
history.
play.
The first is this. The helmet catch.
Tyree.
Oh Lord. But yeah, but this Jets team is just bad. They don't look competitive at all. Is there any bright spot on this Jets team right now? Right, that's a player, but he's not playing good. Now again, it's not his fault. But
Good throws.
yeah, he's had some good throws, but that's really
The
it.
one interception guy.
Marcus May is actually pretty good.
Right, no, the Jets have had really good moments. They've had a couple good plays, but they haven't strung up a collective game.
The football stuck to his butt better because it looked like he shit his pants. Therefore, he shit his pants. Actually, and they played it off as just dirt. So that way there was a sticky substance on his ass. So that way he intercepted
Okay,
the
so
ball.
what were you saying?
Okay, so the Jets, there has not been any collective string of good play for a full game. Yeah, Sam Darnold's made some good throws. There was that nice interception, or I remember Pierre Desir had a pick 6 against the Broncos. But they have not strung up a collective unit where, the only good piece on that team right now is Mekhi Becton.
Yeah.
That's it. So sorry, they have one bright spot, and it's Mekhi Becton. That's it. That is it right now. There's nothing. They need help literally everywhere on the football field. Everywhere. They are just so bad. They are just so bad.
Well, that's what they want to do.
I totally understand, but this team is just so. This team just needs so much help, and I don't think Trevor Lawrence can fix that team in one day, in 1 year.
The goal isn't Trevor Lawrence.
Maybe
The
not.
goal is to get the first overall pick. Trade for somebody with multiple first overall picks.
Maybe, and honestly, if I'm the New York Jets, I really consider that because your team is so messed up all over the place that you can't just get a quarterback and, we're just going to be better now.
What if they try to draft him, but he pulls the Eli Manning?
That's what
If I am Trevor Lawrence, I pull an Eli Manning, or I just say, you know what, screw this, I'm going to play at Clemson for my senior year. I really do. I don't even think about playing for that Jets team. I just refuse to. I just wouldn't.
I would refuse to, and nobody would blame him.
I would rather play for the New York Giants because at least the Giants have Saquon. They have a couple bright spots on defense. They have Joe Judge, who I think is a good leader. I just think he needs to get the right pieces around his team to make things work. But there's just literally nothing with the Jets that screams, okay, there's something there.
That's probably why it's not doing so great because their secondary is pretty good.
Their secondary is really good.
Their linebacker core is not bad.
David 3 linebackers on the Giants.
David Mayo, Nick Perry, and
What if they get Nick Perry? They're used to be on the Packers.
Yeah.
Isn't Blake Martinez on that team too?
Yes, he is. They have 2 former Packers linebackers out there.
Well, I will say the Giants.
Another one, Kyler Fackrell.
And Kyler Fackrell. What? Wow. They like the Green Bay's rejects.
See, I named 3.
All 4 back.
Ben, that was a nice play you just made.
Yeah.
That was an awesome play, Ben.
I'm good at first base.
He just decided to be tall.
Oh.
That was his move.
Yeah. That's my signature move. What do you mean?
Well, do you guys want to move over to Pick'ems?
Yeah, I'll move on to Pick'ems.
So enough with week 6. Week 7 right around the corner.
Yeah.
Starting it off, did we have a Thursday night? We didn't have a Thursday night game last week. It was so sad.
I know, I didn't know what to do with my life.
I just sat around home. This week though, we got a real it's a game. It's a game.
It's all you can ask for. It's better than last week.
It is a battle for first place in the NFC East.
Let's go!
The 1-4-1 Eagles and the 1-5 Giants.
Yeah.
Brandon Lowe, you got this. Clayton Kershaw is
I think this could be a
great.
strangely good game just because of how bad both teams are.
Yes, I could see it. I think the Philadelphia's been playing better
Yeah.
than they have. But
They've also, like the last 2 weeks, they played some really good teams.
that's true. I think that.
I think so.
Yeah.
The Giants haven't played bad, though.
The Giants as a unit have been playing pretty good themselves. They look good against Dallas. They beat Washington.
They look pretty good against the Bears too.
They did, and they looked really good against the Rams. Their defense did, at least. So that's another thing about the Giants. Like the Giants are bad, but they're competitive. There's some upside with that team. So yeah, but they're still not good. Who's gonna make their picks first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Because I kind of talking about. I have Philadelphia winning. I think I have 21-17 in the dock. I'm actually going to say that. I think Carson Wentz is going to have his best game of the year so far.
All right.
I think he's going to come at the expense of the Giants defense. He's going to get a rushing touchdown, and the Philadelphia are going to win 21-17.
Yeah, I also think this will be Carson Wentz's best performance of the year. I think there's more talent on the Eagles defense to where they can slow down Danny Dimes. So I'm going to give the Eagles a 10-point victory. I'm going to say 27-17 Philadelphia. And they're at home on a short week.
My dumbass put Philadelphia the score and the Giants in the defense. So it's not good to late Giants for me, or appreciate it.
Wow. Philly Giants. Brendan, what do you got?
I have a real close, real low-scoring game. 17-15 Philadelphia.
All right. And I have 24-21 Giants. I think it's going to be a strangely good game. But I think the Giants aren't horrible. And I think that Philly isn't horrible. Philly isn't great. And with how competitive the Giants have been, and they're coming off a win, I think the Giants could just, barely pull it away. And they gotta play good. They gotta get that division. They just got to,
I also would love it for meme purposes if they go from the second overall pick to first in their division. It would just be such good for memes.
Could they be? They could probably win the division and still be the top of the pick.
Yeah. Well,
straight up
close. Yeah.
No, because if they win their division, then they're out of
they're
that.
out.
They're out of that. So, literally, the Giants could fuck everything up, win their division at 6-10, and they wouldn't even get a top 10 pick.
That's a lose-lose situation there.
So, if I'm the Giants, I'm just kind of like, yeah, fuck this division. We're not going to be the ones to claim it. We don't want to be known as the worst division winners of all time.
Win the division, they'd probably get to play like the Seahawks in the playoffs.
And they would get their shit.
No, probably not the Seahawks, because Seahawks will probably win the division. They're probably going to play like the Niners in the playoffs. Or the Rams.
It's actually funny because of the latest projections, the Rams would have played Dallas. So it's like the Rams would play the Giants. And the Giants did play us close.
So did the Cowboys.
Huh?
So did the Cowboys.
Cowboys did play us close, but that was week 1.
But that was also with Dak Prescott.
Yeah, exactly.
Our next game this week, Sunday Night Football, is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are coming off a massive win against the Packers, against the Las Vegas Raiders, coming off a bye.
And the Las Vegas Raiders did try to get Tom Brady during this offseason.
They did. And the Las Vegas Raiders are playing in their new stadium.
They are.
I had the score being somewhat close, but I have the Raiders actually winning 32-28. I think that Tampa isn't going to be as prepared for the Raiders as they were for the Packers, and I think Raiders coming off that bye week are just going to have just a little bit more. Josh Jacobs is going to ball out, and the Raiders are going to win. There you
I
go.
also put the Raiders. And I think the only reason
That ball is gone. Mookie Betts.
I think the only reason the Raiders are going to win is because they're in a new stadium. I think they're going to do that, a little bit of extra luck on their first game.
Right.
If this game was in Tampa, I would say that Tampa would kill the Raiders. But I have the Raiders winning 27-25, just getting that Las Vegas charm.
Yeah, it's weird because I feel like Oakland can put some points on the board, but then again, it's like, damn, this Tampa defense is actually pretty good. I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game, but I think Tampa's clicking on all cylinders right now. I think Tom Brady's figuring out the offense. I think the receivers are just doing their thing. Chris Godwin's back healthy and all that, and he's developing into Brady's favorite target. So 34-28 Tampa. It will be a close game. Is this bad? Oh, I was like, back-to-back?
No. If I were to go back-to-back, however, I'm changing my prediction to Dodgers in 4.
I almost want to after seeing this. I'll stick with 5. I think Tampa can maybe squeeze one out.
Anyways.
Tampa will come back.
They're
not going to win.
Monday Night Football, right?
Brendan, did you go?
No, I didn't, because we were too busy talking about the Tampa Rays and not the Tampa Bucks. I have the Bucks. Brady's coming off of a big win against a powerhouse team, a team that is second in their division currently. He's going to make sure that he puts them there because that's what Tom Brady does. He makes teams second in their division.
Oh no, that was going to be the Patriots stuff. Never mind. Are they actually in the first in the division right now? Or is
Tampa?
Yeah,
they're first.
Oh, interesting.
I'm just saying that the Raiders are in the second, and if they lose, they'll still be in the second. If they win, they'll also still be in the second. But
get out of here! Get out of here, Ben! Did you just hit a home? Oh,
no, I didn't. I'm not that good.
Oh,
hey,
be in a double. Good job, Ben.
Ben's fifth base hit of the playoffs. But anyways, Tampa Bay is going to win 38-29. What's a defense?
It's just the year of bad defenses.
I guess. Monday Night Football. Bears at Rams. Only one Monday night game. It's going to be kind of weird.
Yeah. Two teams that you didn't think were going to be good going into the season, but they're both fucking sitting here 5-1, and Rams 5-1, 4-2.
4-2 now.
They're sitting here with only 3 losses combined. They both have better records than the NFC East.
Yeah,
Dodgers,
by a long
please
shot.
stop. Please stop.
Hunter Renfrow, you need to be there.
Oh God, please spare this poor small market team.
Oh wow, Ben, you ran for a run.
Yeah, I mean, only that.
Good job, Ben.
Oh God, Dodgers, please spare this young team. They just want a chance.
This will be a fun one, probably.
It's going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be a good defensive game. I want to see Aaron Donald against the Bears onto the line, personally.
I do want to see that. I'm excited. It's kind of funny because they highlighted Aaron Donald so much last night in the was it last night?
Or Sunday night.
Sunday night or whatever. They highlighted him so much on TV, and he didn't play that great. And so without, the whole game being talking about him, he just goes off, that would be kind of funny. I had the game, though, actually going to the Bears. They're just going to figure another way to, get another win. And I think they'll keep doing it throughout the season. But 28-26, it's going to be really close the whole game. And I think that the Rams will probably be up, but then, just barely lose it.
See, I have the opposite. I have the Rams winning 28-15. The Rams are going to be losing 15, but the Bears can put all 15 of the points up in the first half, and then the Rams are going to kind of run away with it in the second half, and they're going to win 28-15.
Get there. Good job. So I have the Rams and Bears are both going to be very big offense. They're defensive battle. Sorry, I almost said the wrong thing. The score of this game is going to be 1 point, 19-18, Los Angeles Rams.
Ethan said in the group chat, real talk, and he posted something with Justin Jefferson. Can't wait for his take.
It's going to be some ridiculous
Where do you
nonsense.
rank him right now?
As what? In the league receiver?
Yeah.
Top 15?
I put top 5-ish.
I said top 10 this year.
I think he is top 10 for sure.
All right. My boys in LA. My boys in LA.
Somebody put in the group chat, Ben says top 15 maybe.
I said, who is that?
The Rams. Have you made your pick, Brendan? I'm sorry.
Yes, I did.
Okay. I think this is going to be a defensive battle. I don't think we're going to be able to run the football the way we want to. I think it's going to come down to Jared Goff and his ability of play action. So I'm going to give the slight edge to the Rams, and I don't really have like a great reasoning why. I just think the Rams offense is better, and I think that they'll be able to game plan better for the Chicago defense. The offensive line's been playing a lot better, so that'll help against just a really good front seven in Chicago. But it's going to be low scoring. I got 23-17. LA bounces back, and then they beat their first good team of the year.
Right, Benjamin.
We're going into my game, the first of our games. The Texans are coming to Lambeau.
Mookie's talking to you right there, you liar.
Oh, you said says. I said said.
Oh, close. We just
Well, you're talking about game stuff. You're telling him what to do, but he's not going to be like, yo, what's up, dog? How was your weekend? He's like, shut the fuck up. He slapped shit on my hand.
Anyways, Packers.
Texans come to Lambeau. Texans haven't been very good this year. Obviously, firing Bill O'Brien that showed a little more problems against the Titans. But Aaron Rodgers will be back at home in Lambeau. They're going to recover and recuperate from this last loss. Hopefully, David Bakhtiari plays. Otherwise, has the Texans pass rush actually been good this year?
The Texans pass rush?
Yeah.
No.
No, okay. So, Ryan Rodgers will probably be fine. I have 35-28 Green Bay. Deshaun Watson will put some points up. Start David Johnson in fantasy this week. He's going to get a touchdown or two.
Fair. Yeah. Packers bounce back. I feel like Deshaun Watson has a chance to have a pretty solid game. I'll give Houston a close one, but I think Green Bay wins 37-30.
I also think the Packers are going to win this one, 38-28. I think that after the loss, they're going to come back in a nice fashion and get the victory.
I have the Packers. I think that this game is going to be close until like the fourth quarter, and then Packers are just going to go off 46-32.
So even though Rodgers threw 2 picks against the Bucs, since the start of 2017, he's only thrown 6 interceptions. What's your fun Aaron Rodgers said? Everybody said their game score?
Yeah.
All right, who's next? Noah. Steelers at Titans.
Yes, I had to go with the undefeated matchup. Steelers at Titans. Obviously, both teams are undefeated at this given point. This is the rescheduled game from a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago. Taylor Lewan is out for the Tennessee Titans. Is out for the rest of the year, right? Or something like that?
Yep.
Out for the rest of the year. Although Pittsburgh also has some losses of theirself, but Dupree and Devin White, who is out for the year. But I still think there's enough in that Pittsburgh front seven that is going to apply pressure to Derrick Henry. And Pittsburgh's been really good stopping the run this year, of course. And I think without Taylor Lewan, they'll be able to pressure Ryan Tannehill. I think Pittsburgh goes into Tennessee and wins 24-21 in a close one.
I'm also going to kind of change up my score here. I was on the fence with the Steelers Titans. I think I really put the Titans. I'm going to keep my score though. I think the Steelers they won't shut down Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry will still have probably 100 yards and a touchdown. He always does. But I definitely think he's going to be less of a factor, and I think Steelers are going to win 25-22.
Well, I'll let you go first, actually, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, okay. Fair. I think it's going to be a close game. We actually have the same score.
Yeah.
I see. I think that the Steelers are just better defensively than the Titans are going to be offensively. And so Steelers win 28-24.
See, I think that Tennessee offensively is going to be better than Pittsburgh offensively.
Oh, that's
fair. I
fair.
think Ben Roethlisberger is going to generate a turnover or two, and that's going to be the difference maker here. So I have the same score, but the other way. Granted, every time I picked against Pittsburgh, they've proved me wrong, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen here because of King Henry.
I do think that Chase Claypool, Mapletron is going to have another 2-touchdown game.
I don't know about that.
I
feel like they throw a Dory Jackson on him, and we don't hear from him.
Watch them jet sweeps, though. He's really good at those.
That's fair.
Moving on here, my game of the week. I thought it was going to be a really fun game, especially after the crushing matchup against the Dallas Cowboys last night. The Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks in Arizona. Seahawks coming off their bye. They just barely beat our friends, the Minnesota Vikings.
Not your friend.
Not my friend, I guess.
Noah's friend.
Noah's friend. The Minnesota Vikings.
They're pawned off on you now.
Arizona's firing on all cylinders. Seattle offense is still firing on all cylinders. That we know of. But both defenses aren't that great. Against Russell Wilson, I'm very interested to see how they play compared to against an Andy Dalton. I think it'll be a completely different outcome. And I just think that when you have Russell Wilson on a team, you're going to outscore the other team. And so 42-34, Seattle will stay undefeated moving into week 8.
Fun fact for you, Packers fact. Over the last 8 years, the Packers have lost. Every year but one, the Packers have lost coming off their bye week.
Oh, I heard that today.
And two of Matt LaFleur's losses were this year after the bye week and last year after the bye week. And last year after the bye week, we lost by 21
and then you won 6 straight, right?
Well, we lost 21 against the Niners, and then this week we lost 27 against the Bucks.
So next year you're going to lose
32.
32 against
33.
Somebody else.
Oh, I hope we play you next year.
After the bye.
Only after the bye week, though.
I was going to say, if the Rams get... I know the Rams actually play the Packers in Lambeau next year, so if we get you guys off the bye, I'll be there. I kind of want to.
There you guys go. Set it up.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
But yeah, this game's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, so I think that this is going to be one of the highest scoring games this whole season. I have it being a close game, a one-score game, but Seattle's going to win 48-40.
Yeah, the MVP of the league off the bye week, and he plays great against Arizona. Now, I think Arizona's offense is starting to find their rhythm, too. I think Kyler Murray's starting to bounce back a little bit, even though he didn't play outstanding, but he played a bad team, a bad defense. He's also actually playing a bad defense this week. So I'm going to give the edge to the MVP, 34-27, though. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to a game-winning drive for Seattle.
So I also have a close game. I don't think it's going to come down. I think Seattle's going to be winning the entire game. I don't think they're ever going to not be winning. I think the Cardinals will get some garbage time points, but it's going to be a pretty good Seahawks victory, 38-32. Is that all of them for that game?
Nope. Well, for that game, yeah.
All right, the last game of the week, the Orange Bowl.
My game of the week.
The Battle of Ohio.
I said it, and then 10 minutes later, Ben was looking at the game I picked, and he said it, and I feel like we all can agree this is the Joe Burrow revenge tour.
I'm thinking so.
I think so, too.
I have Cincinnati winning 30-24. Joe Burrow is going to go off because he's going to throw a lot of passes to Joe Mixon, guy we've not heard of ever before.
You just want to because you have Jim Mixon in fantasy.
What? At least 6 passes to Joe Mixon and one of them for
all 6 for touchdowns.
I mean, I wouldn't blame. That's 7 points a touchdown.
That'd be insane. That'd be one of the best.
That would be crazy. I also have
the best fantasy performance of all time.
Bengals winning here. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think the Browns are going to get blown out like they did against Pittsburgh. I'm curious to see what they do with the Baker Mayfield situation, if he's still going to be okay to go or if he's going to get hurt. Because from what they were saying, every time the Steelers players would get to Baker Mayfield, they'd roughen up his ribs. They just run into his rib, purposely hit him in the ribs. And he was really struggling.
That sounded like the Steelers.
That does sound like the Steelers. And so I'm curious to see if Baker Mayfield will even be good to go on Sunday.
Fun fact, I really do not like the Steelers. No one really cares for them.
Oh, nice.
I like Tomlin. I don't like Ben Roethlisberger.
Why?
I didn't like Antonio Brown.
I don't like Antonio Brown. I didn't like Le'Veon Bell.
I like Bill Bell.
I like Juju. I don't know. I like Juju. I like T.J. Watt, and I like
T.J. Watt. I do like
Mapletron, and I like Mika Fitzpatrick. That's about it.
I like a lot of people on the Steelers defense, but I don't like the Steelers.
I wouldn't say I love the team either, but I think that Bengals are going to get the victory.
I also have the Bengals winning. Joe Burrow revenge game. It's going to be a good game. Baker Mayfield's going to play part of the game, I think, and go out again. That's what is going to be with the Bengals' advantage. I am winning 29-21.
This is the Joe Burrow revenge tour, like Brendan said. We don't know what's going to happen with Joe Burrow. If not, we're going to, even if he does play, it'll be interesting to see how getting benched will affect him.
Baker.
Did I say?
You said Burrow.
Oh, I meant to say Baker. Yeah, Burrow ain't getting benched.
No.
Baker did, though. And so with that being said, I think that Burrow will play better than Baker, and I think the Bengals will play better than the Browns.
I mean, their last game was pretty close, even. It was just really early in the season.
Yes, exactly. Cincinnati should have won last week. I think they can build off of that. I have 31-24 Cincinnati. Who dey? Oh, it's the cover for this. Yeah.
I would blame it for a while.
I thought
that's fine.
The cover for the other
we ripped it off because we needed this to fit in something.
That's what I was wondering
too. There, so.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this week. I am changing my prediction here. I do think that it'll be the Dodgers in 5.
Dodgers in 7.
All right, Joe thinks it'll be the Dodgers.
Yeah. Rays surprise us here. Come on.
Do you think the Dodgers will win this game?
Yes. No, not at all. Ben, you know.
I do know.
They win?
Maybe they do.
Does Tampa come back?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Oh, he admitted it.
Start betting now. Top of the 7th. Who's going to win?
Yeah, you're really not winning. You're really not winning anybody.
This game went by so fast. Because, basically the Dodgers just have the 2 innings where they just rallied up the score, and otherwise it's been 3 outs, 3 outs, 3 outs.
Well, it's a great episode this week, guys.
Come on, Hunter Renfroe.
Kind of got off topic, but it was
kind of.
It's always fun.
Wait, did you stop it yet?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. You didn't do the outro.
No.
So I couldn't think of anything stupid to say yet.
Well, that's kind of the way you go. Well, for the SighSquad podcast, I'm Duncan.
I'm Noah.
And I'm going to be a cowboy for Halloween.